Hello, welcome to the Jump into STEM student webinar. Today we'll be discussing how to create a successful submission. My name is Kim Trenbath and I'm one of the competition managers. I work at the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, or NREL, in the Buildings and Thermal Sciences Center. Joining our conversation today will be Hayley McLeod from Oak Ridge National Laboratory, or ORNL. Here is the agenda for today's presentation. First, we'll meet the organizers of Jump into STEM. Then there'll be a brief Jump into STEM overview. Next, we'll go over important dates for the competition, and we'll highlight the challenges. Next, we'll have a submission breakdown, so you will know what you need to do to submit to Jump into STEM. And then we'll have a website overview. Hayley McLeod will walk you through the website, including what is required to submit your application for an internship at one of the national labs. Jump into STEM is funded by the U.S. Department of Energy Building Technologies Office. Mary Hubbard is the technology manager that oversees this project. Assisting her is Dr. Frederica Brown. Jump into STEM is co-managed by both the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, NREL, and Oak Ridge National Laboratory, ORNL. The lead for NREL is myself, and the lead for ORNL is Dr. Yanjin Bay. Our co-leads are Dr. Ryan Meyer from NREL and Hayley McLeod from ORNL. With these next 3 slides, we'll give you a quick overview on how the Jump into STEM competition works. Eligible students compete for paid internships at either ORNL, NREL, or the Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, or PNNL, along with some additional awards. Student teams can participate in one of 3 concurrent online challenges. These challenges are supported by online resources that will help to provide insights on industry practices, market issues, and more to help you build and generate your idea solutions. After the challenges close on November 12th, the Jump into STEM team will begin a judging process to select challenge winners. Challenge winning teams will be each awarded a token of recognition, and individuals on the team will be awarded one-on-one mentorship with an industry expert. Eligible challenge winners, along with some additionally selected teams, will be invited to compete at the final competition event as finalists. Later, we'll go over in more detail on the requirements to compete in the final event. Finalist teams will be notified of their invite by December 6th. Please be aware that in order to be eligible to attend the final event at ORNL, students must complete their Zintellect.com internship applications by the same time submissions are sent in, or November 12th, and their letter of recommendation must be received by November 19th. The finalist teams selected are invited to present at our Jump into STEM final event, January 27th through 28th, 2022. During this event, finalists will have the chance to present their ideas to a panel of judges from industry, the U.S. Department of Energy, academia, and the national laboratories. Overall winners of the competition will be selected and awarded with a paid 10-week summer internship at either NREL, ORNL, or PNNL. This slide includes some important dates for Jump into STEM. On August 16th, the 3 2021-2022 Jump into STEM challenges were released and posted to the jumpintostem.org website. Also posted were the challenge requirements and rules documents. At this time, students could begin posting their submissions. On November 12th, 2021, at 11:59 Eastern Time, the challenges close. By this time, all submissions should have been entered into the website. No submissions will be accepted after 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Internship applications must be finished and submitted through the Zintellect.com website. Please note that professor recommendations will be due 1 week later. Also on this date, judging will begin. On December 6th, 2021, challenge winners will be announced. Select teams will be notified and invited to the final event at Oak Ridge National Laboratory in January for one last round of competition. On December 10th, At 11:59, finalists must reply to event organizers to confirm whether they will be attending the final event at ORNL in January. And on January 27th through 28, 2022, the final event will be held in person at ORNL, and finalist teams will have the opportunity to present on their submissions. But due to the evolving nature of the COVID-19 pandemic, alternative arrangements may be made for participants unable to travel to the in-person event. Winners will be awarded with the 2022 summer internships at NREL, ORNL, and PNNL. Internships are subject to site access requirement and availability of funding. See the specific Jump into STEM Building Technologies internship program for more information on eligibility requirements and procedures. We have 3 challenge topics this year. These are number 1, equal access to healthy indoor air, number 2, resilience for all in the wake of disaster, and number 3, solving market adoption for emerging efficiency technologies. You can learn more about all 3 challenges on our website, jumpintostem.org. In the next 3 slides, we will go over the submission background. Please reference the Jump into STEM rules document, which is located on the jumpintostem.org website for continual guidance on how to create and successfully meet all the requirements for your submission. Participants must submit ideas as a team of 2 to 4 students. You are required to write a diversity statement and a project team background. In these, please describe how your team addresses diversity of thought and background. Participants must all be 18 years of age or older and currently enrolled in a U.S. college or university as either an undergraduate or a graduate student. This slide highlights the diversity statement. One of Jump into STEM's key objectives is to encourage diversity of thought and background in students entering the building science industry, which is why we are incorporating this statement for students to address in the project team background part of your submission. There is a diversity gap in the industry, meaning that it is underrepresented by certain groups, including, but not limited to, those based on race, ethnicity, and gender, and this gap needs to be addressed. Diversity of thought can be achieved through teams consisting of students from different majors and minors. As part of the next generation of building science thought leaders and researchers, you have a unique opportunity to influence this industry. You must describe how your team is contributing to diversity in building science. It is important that you take the time to think this through with your team. Students must pick one of the 3 challenges to respond to for their submission idea. The submission, which will be submitted through the Jump into STEM website as a single-spaced PDF, no PowerPoint submissions allowed, includes 2 sections, project team background and project challenge submission. Your submission paper communicates the salient points of your project. A successful submission should meet the following requirements. The first section of the submission is the project team background, which should only be 2 pages maximum. This will include the project name, your team name, and collegiate institution in the header. You should also include your team's mission statement and a short bio of each team member. For each bio, describe the team member's background, future career goals, and any information that is relevant to your team's solution. Last of all should be your diversity statement. The next critical section is your 5-page maximum challenge submission. In 1 to 2 paragraphs, you will need to describe which challenge your team will be addressing and create a problem statement that your team has decided to focus on. Problem statements must include stakeholder identification. Then you must describe in detail your technical solution to the problem. This will take up the bulk of your pages. Lastly, create a thought-out technology to market plan or market transformation plan. We highly encourage you to proofread your paper. Even the best idea can get lost if it isn't conveyed clearly, if it's poorly organized, or if the paper is full of typos. You can find these requirements on the Jump into STEM website in the rules document under each challenge description. This slide shows the evaluation criteria for the challenge competition. Idea submissions will be reviewed by a panel of judges. Judging panels are balanced with representatives from the private sector, the U.S. Department of Energy, national laboratories, and academia. The panel of judges will evaluate the submissions using the criteria in this slide. From the evaluations, the winners will be selected. At this point, I would like to turn it over to my colleague, Hayley McLeod, and she will walk you through the website. The website is where you will submit your challenge responses, and she will show you how to do that, as well as apply for the internship through the Zintellect portal.
Thank you for that, Kim. Like she said, I am Hayley McLeod. I work at Oak Ridge National Lab, and I am going to take you through the Jump into STEM and Zintellect websites to make sure that you know where to find all of the information that you need. So this is the Jump into STEM homepage. It's jumpintostem.org. Those 4 cells in the center of the screen may change, but this is what the homepage will typically look like. And the first thing that I want to walk you guys through is just a couple of pieces of useful information under the About tab. So if you just click on About, you get some good history about the program, a short video that kind of is an overview of the program, and you can hear from some of our past interns, and you do get some of the history of the program. Other than that, under About, there is a process page that I encourage you to review that just gives a really high level timeline of the Jump into STEM program, including the deadlines and stuff during the fall semester, moving into the final event in January, and then the potential for summer internships in 2022. There is also an FAQ page under the About tab that just may answer any questions that, that you or your professor might have. The next tab over from that is called Guidance. And actually, this is a really useful page for you guys if you just click directly on Guidance. This is a really short page, but it has the terms and conditions, the competition rules, and the submission requirements. So these are linked to multiple places on the website, but we do have all 3 of them right here for you. And then I have them preloaded, but those 3 documents are just downloadable PDFs. So here are the submission requirements, here is the rules document, and here is the terms and conditions document. And so you can just download all 3 of those directly to your computer and have those available for really quick reference, so you don't constantly have to be coming back to the website. So again, that's if you just click on the Guidance tab. There's also a Guidance for Students tab that I would encourage you to click on. It's formatted a bit similarly to the FAQ page, but it is specifically an overview of information that we think the students would be particularly interested in. This is also where this recording will be posted, so you've found the Students Guidance page if you're watching this video. We also have a high-level schedule tab, just a reminder of deadlines and that kind of thing. We have an awards tab if you're curious to learn more about the awards that you are competing for, or if you want to review the past winners, you can see who has won these awards in the past. And then there's also a news tab where you can review news articles about Jump into STEM from the past and learn, a bit more about the program, students who have won, hear from interns that have completed their internships and that kind of thing. So that's a brief overview of kind of the rest of the website. There's also this final event tab. Right now, the information on it is for last year's final event. We just left it up for reference. But the main thing that you guys will be interested in is the challenges. So you can link directly to one of the 3 active challenges here. But if you just click on challenges, it will take you to the challenges landing page that has a brief description of all 3 challenges and can link you out to the text. So I am going to go ahead and take you to the Equal Access to Healthy Outdoor Air Challenge page, but the other two are going to be set up in the exact same format as this one. So this is what the page for all of the challenges is going to look like. You're going to have your challenge title, and I'm going to scroll down in a second here, but when you're ready to submit, if you don't want to scroll all the way to the bottom, there is this go to the form button. So I will review the form in a little bit, but if you're ready to go straight there, you can jump straight there. So for all of our challenges, we do have background information put together. You'll note that there are these little references to citations. Those are all going to be linked out at the end. So this is all background information along with a background presentation and the slides to that background presentation YouTube video. So we do encourage you to read all this really carefully and to watch these videos for your particular challenge. Then we have your clear challenge description. Again, there's a downloadable challenge description. So that'll be everything that I've scrolled past on the page so far. Again, just in an easily downloadable PDF that you can have on your computer and don't constantly need to be referring back to the website while you're working. We also copied the requirements here, but that is a document that you can download separately. So just as a reminder here, Kim may have covered this already, but you're going to have a background information, a background document in addition to your actual challenge submission. And then just a reminder that you may have an appendix that is optional, but may or may not be reviewed by our judges. We also have our evaluation criteria listed here that we encourage you to consider as you're putting your submission together. And then again, these are the citations that I referenced. There are a lot for this particular challenge. So when you're ready to submit your challenge, you click this line here. And this is the form that you will use to submit. So you just do this when you're ready to submit. You don't pre-create an account or anything. And I really, really encourage you to all be together in a classroom or the library, or all be on a Zoom call or on the phone when you submit with all of your team members, because there is information needed from each team member that you are not going to know. So you can't just leave it on one person to submit this. You all really do need to do this together. So I am going to go through everything that will be required here. So you need an idea name. I need a first name and a last name. And again, this is just for team member one. And then there's the opportunity to add team members at the bottom of this. So I need your first name and last name. Try to be consistent between, what your professor would know you as, and then what you put here. And then if you're applying for the internship, what you put in Zintellect, please try to be consistent. Don't use a nickname one place and then your full first name in another. We also ask for an email. Most students will provide their school email address here and your personal emails, a Gmail, that kind of thing. This is just so we have a backup email on file if we're trying to, get in touch with you over Christmas break or over winter break, and you aren't available, via your student email. If we're trying to get in touch with you about the final event or something, we may need this personal email. We also would like to have an email on file for keeping in touch after you graduate. We also ask for you to give us a phone number, but this is the same kind of thing as the personal email. It would kind of only be used in an emergency situation. We really need to get in touch with you. We're like at a deadline and haven't heard from you. So we won't be spamming your phone. You need to confirm that you're 18 years or older, or that you're the age of majority in your state. We need to know the name of your college. We need to know the state your college is located in. We need to know your major and your minor. If you don't have a minor, just state none, that's fine. And then please describe your career goals, including your targeted field of work. We like to know who all is joining our Jump into STEM competition. So this is a really crucial item. And again, this has to be completed for each individual student. We need to know whether you would like to be considered for your internship.
Hayley, thank you very much for that demo. And we thank you, students and professors, for listening to today's recording. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to email jump@ornl.gov, and we will address them as best as we can. Thank you very much.